In this video, we are going to see how to count the number of messages between two users. Hello, I'm Jagan. I'm posting this video to share my knowledge in SQL with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I'll be happy. So the question we are going to discuss today is, given a data set of messages between users, get the count of messages shared between two users. Let's create a table with some data, and then we can talk about the question. So we are going to create a table called messages. Okay. So here we have 5 messages. If you see the right side, we have message from A to B, and then we have message from B to A, and the fourth row is from B to A. That means there are 3 messages between A to B. Even though it says sender and receiver A to B and B to A, the message is between two users A and B, right? So the expected output here is going to be like this. So between A to B, we have 3 messages, like row number 1, row number 2 and row number 4. And between C and B, it's 1. Between D and C, it's 1. So the expected output is going to be AB is 3, BC is 1 and DC is 1. We are going to combine both the users into one column. Okay. So how to do that? Any idea? Okay. Let's delete this. Okay. So basically when you say select ID sender as user 1, receiver as user 2, and messages from messages table, right? If I do a union all and I am going to bring in the same table, but now the receiver is going to be the user 1 and sender is going to be the user 2. So what happens if I run this? So we are going to duplicate the same table twice. So we are going to have 10 records. So the first one is the given data, which is A to B, B to A, and we are going to reverse the users B to A and A to B, right? So we are duplicating the records. But if you see this, the first row is A to B. Instead of B to A, we can use the duplicated one, A to B, right? We are moving this. But how to remove these, right? That's the question. So let's have a ctctable with all messages as, let's have this as a ctctable, and then let's see how this data works. ID comma user 1, user 2 and messages from all messages. So if you combine both and if you get it, we are going to have the duplicates here. But if I just add one more condition where user 1 is less than user 2, right? If you see this, the second row, the A and B is coming out, the B to A is gone, right? So we remove the duplicates. Now you know how to get the answer, right? So we combined the table with the user 1 and user 2, and second set is user 2 to user 1, and we got the duplicate of data, and based on the condition user 1 is less than user 2, it filters out the duplicates. So user 1 will be in the first column, user 2 will be in the second column. It's always going to be that. So basically in a database the user ID is unique, right? So it's never going to be user1 equal to user2. Okay, with that understanding we are going to have this as a query. Now how to get the desired answer? So it's a combination of user1 and user2. So we just use the concatenation function of user1 and user2 as users, and we are going to count the number of messages as, okay, here's one more catch. If I say number of messages, right, group by 1, concatenate as number of messages, what's the error? You have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual right from all messages. Might be the number, might not be the right part of it. Let's check. Okay, so the hash symbol is not allowed here, but the expected output is hash of messages. How to do that? So we just put it on the double quotes. Okay, with the double quotes you can just put the hash part of it, and there is a space here. We just try to replicate what the expected output is. So normally there is a condition that we can't use the hash or few things on the first letter of the alias name, but if you want to do that, just make it as a text within the quotes. So we can just have the space also. Okay, so we got the user AB got 3 messages, BC is 1 and CD is 1. Yeah, hope this helps.